when, during the vetting, I said that I earn only 15,000 cedis? Did you hear me say that? Well, and the majority leader, Honorable Ayariga, addressed this on the floor, you recall, where he said that, look, MPs, we know how much we earn. We don't earn 15,000 cedis. We know that. Honorable Mahama Ayariga said that. At no point during my vetting did I say that I earn 15,000. We all know how much MPs earn. It is not 15,000 cedis. And in this discussion, what the Honorable Afenyo Markin has also failed to tell the Ghanaian people is that MPs receive rent allowance.
You the MPs?
Yes, in addition, we are entitled to rent allowance. Because remember that in the past, MPs were housed. You remember we had the MPs flat, the Sakumono area.
Okay.
Then there was a decision that the MPs should rather receive, rent allowances. So in addition to base pay, we have, rent allowances and other allowances.
So is that what you're using to pay for the airport hills, where you are living?
Absolutely. You see, I have heard them engage in all kinds of illogical attacks. First of all, they claim that the airport hills property belongs to me.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then they put out fake flyers that they have discovered some documents they never published. When I intercept documents, I make them available for everybody to verify. I check with the sources, validate them. None of the documents I have put out in my oversight work has been described as fake. Mm-hmm. Or have I hidden the documents? I always make them available in the spirit of transparency and accountability. I challenge them today to produce the document they say they have, which shows that that Airport Hills land belongs to my sister. And then they say that, so I bought it, put it in the name of my sister, so I'm not paying rent. That was the first flyer they put out, the first concoction.
And that you are just misrepresenting.
Exactly.
You are paying rent.
Exactly.
That house belongs to you.
Yes, that
Airport Hills house doesn't belong to you.
It does not belong to me. It does not belong. And you see, I'm surprised at the level of sloppiness. Look, if I was on the minority side, and we say we have targeted this gentleman, my only crime in this is that I'm doing oral work. President Mahama says I should chair oral. And because of the work I did in saving this country billions and billions of cedis and dollars, protecting our state assets, that's my crime. So they made me a target. I should not go through vetting. With their micro-minority numbers, they say they will stampede my vetting and they will punish me because I sought to fight corruption and protect state assets. I campaigned against state capture. I have sponsored a private member's bill, which I call the Public Assets Protection Bill, saying that politically exposed persons should not be allowed. They should be prohibited from purchasing state assets. These are my crimes. Mm-hmm. These are my crimes. Elsewhere, these decent-minded politicians will rally behind an MP like this and support him. They will not vilify him, hound him, and seek to just, denigrate and subject him to all of these cruel, baseless attacks. Look, as I was saying, if I was on the minority side, mm-hmm. Simple. Airport Hills, they have an estate management. Before the vetting, you saw how we were doing vetting. You saw the work we did. Honorable Muntaka, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, you saw the work we did. We will do our due diligence, our background work. We don't just get up and come there to settle personal scores. We will have gone there, written to the Airport Hills management, mm-hmm. asked for documentation on the true status. That's what we will have done. They haven't done any of that. So in one breath, they say that the property belongs to me. I've put it in my sister's name. So I'm not paying rent. So in another breath, the same people, though, in another breath, they say that, how can you be earning 15,000 cedis? They know it's not true. I don't know about Afenyo Markin. He's an MP. He knows it's not true. That's not how much we are paid. He knows that we receive rent allowances. He doesn't want the Ghanaian people to know. They are not being transparent. They are not being truthful. He knows.
So you don't have property in your relatives' names?
No. I mean, why will I do that? I mean, Look, when I was asked about my Afenyo house, mm-hmm. I said, yes, I own it. I built it. if you look in my asset declaration, and I was going to do that, you remember the chairman said that the asset declaration law, you declare your assets with the Auditor General. You remember? Mm-hmm. I have the verbatim report here from the proceedings of Friday, 31st January. If you go to page 132, the chairman stopped me that we have an asset declaration law in our country. So don't be declaring your assets public. Or if you set that precedent, everybody who appears will have to declare their assets.
So have you declared your assets?
I've declared my assets. I'm always on time in declaring my. You know, you declare your assets before you take office, then at the end.
Yes.
And I thought that they could even have I told them that, look, you can even go to the Auditor General and ask for, if the committee so desires, ask for a copy of my asset declaration. So as I was saying, the same people, the inconsistency, the illogicality, and they don't credit Ghanaians with common sense. One breath, he owns the thing. He's putting his sister's name. He's not paying any rent. In another breath, you say that, oh, he earns 15,000 cedis and he's paying rent. And I've heard all kinds of outrageous figures. They say $15,000, $20,000. Look, fortunately, Alfred, and this is exclusive to you. Even though, if you read page 132 of the verbatim report, the chairman of the committee said, when I was asked, and I said, Mr. Chairman, if you want me to share my tenancy agreement with you, even though I will have to seek the permission of my dear wife because we do it together, I have no qualms about that. Then the chairman rules that please do not proceed. It is not in the interest of the committee to be demanding your tenancy agreement, let alone how much you pay as rent.
So it was at the instance of the chair.
So when Afenyo Markin goes around saying that I was asked and I didn't produce, and they are all over the place saying that, oh, I'm hiding, I claim my landlord has traveled and that I can't find my tenancy. Blatant lies. These proceedings were live. The verbatim report, read page 132, is here. The chairman said that would not be necessary, and the proceedings were live. But despite this, because of all the vicious attacks, corruption, fighting, those of us who want to stop the hemorrhage, stop the bleeding, I decided to write to the estate management that, look, I just want to settle this matter once and for all. So I wrote to the company called Finale, who are the managers of the Airport Hills properties, and told them that, look, even though the chairman, because I know everybody followed the proceedings, even though the chairman said this would not be necessary, I am writing to you, something the minority could have done. I'm writing to you, I want you to do full disclosure. My status